Hi folks, welcome to Testing Hacks. So today we will see what is V model. So in the previous session we have seen what is waterfall model and what are the types of SDLC models. In that the second model is V model. Okay. So V model is also referred as verification and validation model, which means that we can call V model as V and V model as well, right? So then coming to what is verification and what is validation. So we have seen the terminologies verification and validation. So what does it mean? Suppose it is a okay, it is a process of evaluation of a product development process to find whether the specified requirements met. Okay, this is a static method. So for your understanding, let me give you an example. Suppose there is a requirement document, which is already the requirements have been collected and it is documented. You want to see whether the stated requirements are clear or not. So, what you will do, you will go through each of the page and you will verify whatever is present are meeting the requirements, right? So that process is known as verification. So validation, when it comes to validation, says validation is a process to classify the software after the completion of development process to determine whether the software meets the customer expectations and requirements. This is dynamic method. Okay, so then what did you understand from this? Validation, this is a process that the software after the completion of the development process to determine whether the software meets the customer expectation or requirement. So for an example, you have a working software which is an actual software on your hand, and you will try to test it by putting the various different values. Okay, and you will validate whether it is working fine or not. So this is the difference between verification and validation. In verification you will just verify, in the validation you will perform the actions, you will perform some actions and then you will validate whether it is working as per your need. That is what the validation is. Okay, and when it comes to V model structure, we have a parallel you know parallelly two things happening. Okay, so when requirement analysis is done, so here we are doing the requirement analysis. At the same time, sorry, at the same time, the acceptance testing will be done. So during that time, acceptance test document will be prepared and then acceptance testing will be done. Okay. During system design, system testing will be done. During architecture design, integration testing will be done. During module design, unit testing will be done, and coding. This is the center part of it. Okay. So we will go through each of them what is what, okay, in the coming slide. First is requirement analysis. You might have seen in couple of previous videos what is requirement and what will be analyzed there, right? So this is the very first step where product requirements understood from the customer side. This phase contains detailed communication to understand customers' expectation and exact requirements. So you might have got an picture of what is requirement analysis. So it is a basic and fundamental need for any project to be started. Okay, so just to start with the project, you have to have the requirement first from the customer, what the customer needs, what is their requirement, and what and all the things needs to be covered will be done in system design. So in system design, in this stage, system engineers analyze and interpret the business of proposed system by studying the user requirement document. Suppose say we have collected the requirement and we will see well how feasible it is, how the system design can be done, how the module should look like. Okay, if it is an e-commerce domain, then you might have to have a different set of modules, right? Like add to cart and different other modules, men's section and then women's section. So different and then jewelry, shoes. So all these designing, system designing will be done. Okay, and then architecture design. The baseline in selecting the architecture is that it should understand all, which typically consists of the list of modules, brief functionality of each module, their interface, relationships, dependencies, database tables, architecture diagrams, technology detail, etc. The integration testing model is carried out in this particular phase. So, and an overall view, what I can say is during this architecture design, the the architectural lead is there, right? So he will design the modules, what and all the modules needs to be covered, and what and all exactly needs to be architecture, how the UI should look like, and how the data flow should happen through from UI to database, and which database should be used. All these will be done in the architecture design. Okay. And next is module design. So you might have seen, we have seen already requirement design, requirement analysis, system design, architecture design, and the next next design is module design. So we have already discussed about the module. In this module design, so here the system breaks down into smaller modules. Okay. And the detailed design of modules is specified, which is known as low level design. Suppose, say, I will give you an example. Say, let's take an example of Flipkart.com. So here, if you see here, electronics, TVs, applications, men, women, there are lot of different sections, right? Groceries. So these are called known as modules. Each of the module, electronics is one module, TVs and appliances is one module, men is one module. So under this, you if you hover on this, you can see footwear. There are different sub menus, okay, which is as known as low level design. Footwears, men grooming, topwear, clothing. So several different sub modules are there. When you come to home and furniture, kitchen, cookware, serveware, tableware, so there are sub divisions of it. So this is known as module design. So each of the uh, module will be broken into smaller modules, and then the development will happen in that way actually. And next is coding phase. So based on the requirement, a suitable programming language is decided. There are some guidelines and standards for coding. So before checking in the repository, the final build is optimized for better performance, and code goes through many code reviews to check the performance. So you might have by now you might have got an idea of what is coding phase. So coding is where developers will code the actual system. So this is known as coding phase, and where a selected preferred technology will be used based on the requirement, which will be suitable for that. Designing that particular requirement will be chosen at that stage itself, and then the coding will happen. Okay. So we have seen a part of it, and another part of it is unit testing. So if we go here, so this is the unit testing. Okay. Unit testing phase, we will see unit testing, integration, system acceptance testing. Okay. So the next is unit testing phase. Unit testing is done for a unit, okay, which is the smallest entity tested independently, and it verifies that small unit is performing as expected. Suppose, okay, we will go back to this application, flipkart.com. Suppose I want to search this search functionality. Say we will go for mobile. I'm trying to check whether all the mobiles are displaying and all these details are displaying as expected. Okay, so this is what we are verifying. This is one of the unit. Search is also one of the small functionality in it, and also if you click on this login is also another unit. So each of this unit will be tested, which is a smallest entity which is tested independently. Okay, so that is known as unit testing. Integration testing. Okay, so integration test plans are developed during architectural design phase. These tests verify that groups created and tested independently can coexist and communicate among themselves. So we have seen what is unit testing right now, which is tested independently. Suppose say I want to order a order this mobile. What I'll do, I'll click on this. Okay, I'll click on buy now. I'll click on it is disabled right now for me. I don't know. Let me try for another product. No, okay, let me do something else then. I don't have Flipkart ID to log in. Okay, let me go to some other clothing brand. What I'll do, I'll click on some of them. Okay, so this is an individual module. I'll click on add to cart and I'll select some size. Okay, and this will get added to the cart. So there is two options, two different modules I have tested here. One is I clicked on uh, add to cart from the details module and it got saved in my cart. So these are the two different systems which we are working on, and then we are doing the integration testing here. Okay, and system testing. System plans are developed during system design phase. Unlike unit testing and integration system tests plans are composed by client business team. System test ensures that expectations from an application developer are met. This is also known as end-to-end testing. So suppose you have already developed the software and you have already checked the integration between the different modules. Okay, so now you have to have the system testing. So the business person, what they will do, they will perform the end to end testing. Suppose say you have already, you want to order that specific cloth. Okay, what you will do, you have to log into that, and then you will choose the product and you will add it to cart, and then you will place the order. So all this end to end testing from starting to end, so the order will be completed. So till that the software will tested. So this is known as system testing. Acceptance acceptance testing is related to uh, business requirement analysis part. It includes testing the software product in user atmosphere. Okay, and acceptance tests reveal the compatibility problems with different systems which is available within the user atmosphere. So which is nothing but in the user environment, the acceptance testing will be done to check the whether the software is meeting the required requirement whatever they wanted. Okay, so in their own atmosphere, in their own environment, suppose say that software will be developed in company's atmosphere and now it has to go to production wherein the real time users will use, so the system differs. So at that time the system needs to be tested, right? So the client will do this acceptance criteria testing. Okay, and when it comes to advantages of V model, the V-shaped model should be used for small to medium sized projects where requirements are clearly defined and fixed. Okay, easy to understand. One thing, very easy to understand, right? The process you whatever the flow we saw, right? It is easy to understand. Testing methods like planning, test designing happens well before the coding. Okay, this saves lot of time, hence a higher chances of success over the waterfall model. Compared to waterfall model, this is actually good model because it saves lot of time. Because in waterfall model we have seen the flow is like once after each of the phase is freeze, then only the next phase will be taken up, and avoids the downward flow of defect. So uh, under each of the phases itself the testing also will be done parallelly, which avoids the downward flow of defects. Okay, works well with small plants where requirements are very easily understood. So in this case V model is best suitable. Okay, but when it comes to disadvantages of V model, this is a very rigid and least flexible. Okay, So change in requirements can be handled, but it is not at a high extent. Okay, so that is where this is little rigid. Okay, and it is least flexible too when it comes to change in requirements that cannot be handled easily. Not a good model for complex project. Okay, software is developed during the implementation stage, so no early prototypes of the software are produced. And as in the waterfall model, the coding has to be done, right? That complete process should happen, starting from requirement analysis to system testing, sorry, system designing should happen. All these phases should happen, and then coding will happen, right? So during that phase, they can the client cannot see how the product looks like. That prototype is not been designed here. Okay, if any changes happens in the midway, then test documents along with required documents has to be updated. Okay, so this is quite complex. The so that is why V model is preferred only for very small as well as a mid-ranged projects. Okay, so we have seen what is V model, verification, validation, and then different stages that we go through this V model, and we have seen advantages and disadvantages of V model. If you have any questions, do comment me in the comment box, and please don't forget to subscribe. Please do like my video and share it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.